Listen, we got some news to discuss involving the big three: Kenyon, Martin, Gilbert, Arenas. We all know the lovely Caitlin Clark. I mean, listen, the legends had a lot to say. You know, Kenyon Martin came out with some emphatic statements. Number one, he believes she wouldn't even score a point in the big three. We're gonna get all into it, and they they basically ripped Ice Cube. You know, I'm starting to feel like I don't know if they was taken care of down at the Big Three because of the undertone that's going on. And we all know that there's a saga going on between the NBA and the Big Three. Ice Cube came out and said that Adam Silver has been, you know, trying to block some business ventures. And, you know, that's they playing big boy games now. You know, they playing with millions of dollars. You understand? And this big business. And before we get into it, I want to challenge people to support the big three. You know, Ice Cube, this is historic what he's doing. You know, we got so many eyeballs looking at this, looking at that, and we're not paying attention to what Ice Cube has done. He owns the league, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get on to it, man. We ain't gonna waste no time. Now, Kenyon Martin basically said, and Gilbert Arenas, they don't believe it was a $5 million offer on the table. You know, they're calling cap on that. A lot of players were offered like $5,000 or something like that, $2,000, if I'm not mistaken. That might have been a little too low, but I heard as low as $5,000 people was getting paid. So to hear a $5 million offer, also they challenged Ice Cube for saying, why are they offering Caitlin Clark the money? You know, what about some of the other players that's in the WNBA right now that's annihilating? You understand, the Asia Wilsons of the world. We're going to get all into it, ladies and gentlemen. The Candace Parkers, who's a complete beast. You understand? Yes, we're going to break it all down. I mean, there's a couple people who might need, who could use that $5 million now. But it is what it is. We got the Chief in the building. Chief, what's your thoughts on this situation? They calling cap on it. Talk to me, man. What's going on?
I was watching that with great interest when it came across my timeline on X/Twitter. You know, that it appears like the deal was leaked. I think from what I saw, from what Ice Cube had posted, that deal was supposed to be hush hush, but someone leaked the alleged deal, right? And that set off a firestorm of controversy. You know, hey, O'Shea Jr. jumped into it. I follow O'Shea Jr. as well. O'Shea's been talking kind of spicy, defending his daddy, man. Oh, the Twitter streets have been lit on this, bruh. You know, so I do agree with what you said. We do need to support the big three. We need to support it. We need to see to it that it grows. You know, I'm actually thinking about maybe covering it over this summer on Tribe Sports. I'm thinking about that very seriously. You know, you got Juju Watkins, a beast in the making. You know, you got of course Death Angel Reese. That's my girl right there. You know, you got her. You know, with all that comes with her, she's a great personality for the WNBA. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then you got other players as well. So, and then some of it, I think, is sour grape. Some of it is, you know, Caitlin Clark being who she is. You know, she might be the next Sue Bird or whatever. You know, they've already given her the crown. So, you know how that goes. That type of things goes, you know. And also the politics of it. The politics of it, you know, of having of Ice Cube reaching like that in the midst of him having this tit for tat with the NBA, which I find interesting, Flight.
I guess a lot of people forget that the WNBA is in the NBA players, and so I'm telling you, we think Adam Silver thought about that, and I'm telling you, if Ice Cube, if this is, and they call it a cap, but in any event, if it was cap, which I don't believe it is, but if it was cap, Ice Cube got the world talking. What do you think is going on in that league office with Adam? Do you think he's happy? And he gonna block some more? You know, I mean, what do you think is going on in them league offices? And they talking about Caitlin Clark, the biggest box office attraction for women's sports, and the WNBA is struggling and starving for something like this. And you got his arch nemesis. I don't want to say it like that, but it's looking like that. That's how
What?
Cube presenting it, you know. And you basically looking like you're trying to swoop in and take that thunder, you know, with money that they know they can't put up. What's going on, Chief?
Hey, baby, this is warfare. Don't step in. Don't step in if you're gonna tiptoe in the house. Huh? You know what I'm saying? Ice Cube is Ice Cube. He knows this from his days in hip hop. He knows how this goes. You know, Caitlin Clark. Now, what that does, now that forces the NBA to respond. That's all it does. That's all it does. And Adam Silver, being the Sith that he is, you know, the evil genius that he is. I say that metaphorically, not nothing personal. Hello, you know, but he is a smiling Sith. Adam Silver is very manipulative, very manipulative. He is very, very, very manipulative. I do not underestimate that man. He's made other moves that I've seen that tell me, oh no, you don't underestimate him. So he is going to respond. I'm not surprised at the response. I'm not surprised that now certain WNBA players are jumping out on this, right? You know, for personal reasons, but it also aids Adam Silver in keeping Ice Cube under control, because the big three, as it continues to grow, we know this, the big three could one day become a big five, man. I mean, it you know, right now. And the advertisement, Flight, I saw an advertisement that Ice Cube did on the big three. Say, if you want to watch real basketball, come to the big three, where you know, real trash talking, you know, real big men really in the paint and blah, 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 blah. I said, look at Cube getting into his America Most Days. Okay, Cube.
And what do you think about, in closing, what do you think about this starving nature? It seems like, and not just in basketball, because you see, even Caitlin Clark's name was brought up in the three-point shootout in the future with Trae Young. People want to see female boxers take on male boxers. What is this thing going on where we want to see this intergender matchups? And I mean, and I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's good. Where's all this coming from, in your opinion? You know, go ahead.
That's the quote unquote agenda, bro. You know, but that's outside. You know, hey,
right? Yeah.
That's hey, that's the agenda.
Yeah, right. That's a hell of an answer.
That is the agenda. That is the agenda. You
right.
know, they're taking shape.
You
know, that's what that is, bro. I mean, it is all across the board. You know,
as good as she is as a shooter, listen, she can't shoot with Steph Curry. You understand? They can't shoot with Ice Trae. You understand? I'm just saying. I mean, with all due respect, you know, and she's a wonderful basketball player. Sabrina is a beast. You know, there are WNBA players. I'm not going to say who could probably take on men every single day, but can they play in a pickup game? There's a few of them. I would say Candace could play in a 5-on-5. You know, there were a few people. It depends on the physicality level. Are you going to play out in the perimeter? Candace could play out in the perimeter with these people. Yeah, it's going to be physical. It's going to be tough. You know, Caitlin, it all depends on, like I said, it's a tough situation. I would say it's a handful of WNBA players that went on from generations who could go toe-to-toe with NBA players. There's a handful, you know. It's the Leslies, you know. There's a lot of people. Tamika Catchings. There's a lot. I don't want to lose no people, but there's a lot. Cheryl Swoops. We're gonna get it all down, man. It's Flight Sports, man. Peace.